Welcome to a brand new Harry Potter quiz show. Let's put your Harry Potter knowledge to the test. Do you know your Hallow from your Horcrux? Your Nimbus from your Nargles? Let's see in the ultimate Potter quiz. Today's quiz will be nice and straightforward. 13 general knowledge Harry Potter questions for you. All multiple answers. You've got 20 seconds for each. Let's jump in. Question 1 of 13. Here we go. In the Chamber of Secrets, who wrote the letter from the Ministry to Harry about his improper use of magic? Was it Alistair Gumboyle, Phoebus Penrose, Mafalda Hopkirk, or Wilkie Twycross? 3, 2, 1. How are we feeling about that, guys? Feeling confident? Okay, the correct answer is Mafalda Hopkirk. Congratulations to those of you who got it right. Okay, question number 2. Before being placed under the Imperius Curse and assuming the role as Minister, what was Pius Thickness's job? Was it Chief Warlock of the Wizengamot, Head of the Department of Magical Law Enforcement, Head of the Department for International Magical Cooperation, or Senior Undersecretary to the Minister for Magic? A lot of mouthfuls in there, that was tough. What do we think it is? 3, 2, 1. The correct answer is the Head of the Department for Magical Law Enforcement. That is before he was put under the Imperius Curse by Voldemort and the Death Eaters and took to being their mole in the Ministry as Minister for Magic. Let's go in for question 3 then. What did Dolores Umbridge claim the S on the Locket Horcrux stood for? Was it Scamander, Slytherin, Selwyn, or Supervisor? That was the S on the locket that Umbridge stole. Did she say that the S stood for Scamander, Slytherin, Selwyn, or Supervisor? 5 seconds left. Lock your answers in, everyone. Let's find out what it was. And the correct answer is Selwyn. Of course, we all knew that wasn't true and that Umbridge was just lying, but that's what she told everyone the S stood for. Let's go for the next question. During the Battle of the Seven Potters, who was Arthur Weasley paired with? Was he paired with Fleur Delacour, George Weasley, Fred Weasley, or Hermione Granger? When they were fleeing from Privet Drive, the Battle of the Seven Potters, everyone was in pairs. Who was Arthur paired with? Was it Fleur, George, Fred, or Hermione? 3 seconds left. Get your answers in. 2, 1. The correct answer was Fred Weasley. And of course, after they return from that battle, we find out what Arthur's nickname for Molly is. Let's go for question 5. From whom did the Veela hair in Fleurs Wand come? Was it her grandmother, her sister, her mother, or herself? From whom did the Veela hair in Fleurs Wand come? Was it her grandmother, her sister, her mother, or herself? You got 8, 7 seconds to lock your answers in here. She had a Veela hair as the core of her wand. Who did it come from? 2, 1. Okay, time's up. Let's see what the answer is. The correct answer was her grandmother. We know Ollivander doesn't use Veela hair in his wands, but of course Fleur got hers from a different wand shop. Just quickly jumping in here, guys, if you're liking the quiz, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I will be doing these quizzes every single week. And if you want to play along live for points and the chance to win some Harry Potter prizes, you can follow me on Twitch, where I do these quizzes live every Wednesday night at 9 PM UK time. The way it works is these questions come up on your screen, you tap the correct answer, and the quicker you tap, the more points you get. And whoever gets the most points at the end of the quiz wins a prize. But let's jump back into the next question. Question number 6. What position did Ludo Bagman famously play in Quidditch? Was it beater, keeper, chaser, or seeker? Ludo Bagman, one of the characters I was most upset was left out of the films. Loved his character in the Goblet of Fire book, but which Quidditch position did he famously play? Was it beater, keeper, chaser, or seeker? 3 seconds to get your answers in. 2, 1, 0. Okay, let's see what the correct answer is. And the correct answer was, of course, beater. Ludo Bagman, in fact, played for England as beater for a little while before retiring and going into his job, which we know him for having in the Goblet of Fire. Okay, question number 7. In the Chamber of Secrets, where is it revealed that Lucius Malfoy has been hiding his dark arts items? Was it beneath the drawing room floor, the pool house, the attic, or the servants' quarters? We find out Lucius Malfoy is hiding his dark arts items, but where does he hide them? Beneath the drawing room floor, the pool house, the attic, or the servants' quarters? Last couple of seconds now. 3, 2, 1. And that is time. Let's find out what the answer is. Correct answer, of course, beneath the drawing room floor. We find out when Harry and Ron are in Polyjuice Potion as Crabbe and Goyle, and Draco spills a bunch of his secrets. Let's go on for question 8 then. Which of these is not a shop at Diagon Alley? Is it Florian Fortescue's Ice Cream Parlour, Holding and Hutton's, Gamble and Japes, or Twilfit and Tattings? Is it Florian Fortescue's Ice Cream Parlour, Holding and Hutton's, Gamble and Japes, or Twilfit and Tattings? Remember, we're looking for the one that isn't a Diagon Alley shop. 2, 1. Okay, let's find out the answer. And the correct answer is Holding and Hutton's. The others all shops at Diagon Alley. Let's go on then for question number 9. What was Cho Changs Patronus? Was it a cat, an otter, a Labrador, or a swan? Cho Chang famously went out with Harry after going out with Cedric and losing him to the Triwizard Tournament, but what was her Patronus? Was it a cat, an otter, a Labrador, or a swan? 5 seconds to get your answers in for Cho Changs Patronus. 3, 2, 1, 0. Time's up. Let's see what the answer is. And the correct answer is Swan. We find out, of course, when she learns a Patronus from Dumbledore's army. They're practicing defense against the dark arts because Umbridge is a dreadful teacher and they need to do some practical work. Question number 10 coming up. What was Buckbeak's name changed to? Was it Beakbuck, Pegasus, Fast Horse, or Witherwings? Buckbeak, of course, sentenced to death for beating up Draco Malfoy during a Care of Magical Creatures lesson, but what was his name changed to after he was rescued? Was it Beakbuck, Pegasus, Fast Horse, or Witherwings? You got 2 seconds, 1, and that is time. Let's see what the answer is. The correct answer was Witherwings. I came up with Beakbuck myself as a red herring, and I found that very funny. The correct answer is Witherwings. Obviously, they escape with Sirius, and they go on the run for a little while after both having been saved from execution. Let's go for question 11. Who was dating Percy in the Chamber of Secrets? Was it Moaning Myrtle, Rashida Jones, Penelope Clearwater, or Sadie Smith? Who was Percy dating in the Chamber of Secrets? Moaning Myrtle, Rashida Jones, Penelope Clearwater, or Sadie Smith? What do we think the answer is, guys? You've got 5 seconds to lock them in for Percy's girlfriend in the second book. And that's time. Let's see what the answer is. And the correct answer, of course, Penelope Clearwater. You might remember Percy took it quite hard when she was petrified, and famously stopped Ginny from telling Harry and Ron about the Chamber of Secrets, because he thought Ginny was going to tell them about his relationship with Penelope and how she'd walked in on him with her. Once again, Percy's pride getting in the way. Let's go for question 12. Question 12 then, the Burrow is said to be on the outskirts of which village? Is it Crasmere upon Craven, Ottery St Catchpole, Hadley Salterton, or Swindmore? The Burrow is said to be on the outskirts of which village? Is it Crasmere upon Craven, Ottery St Catchpole, Hadley Salterton, or Swindmore? 3 seconds to get your answer in. 2, 1, and that is time. Let's find out the answer. And the answer is Ottery St Catchpole. Said to be down in the southwest of the UK, the Burrow is just on the outskirts of the village. Okay then, here we go. Final question of the quiz. Let's jump into it. Who is said to be the first person to ever escape from Azkaban prison? That's not the first person we hear about, but who we as readers know to be the first person to escape from Azkaban. Is it Andy Dufresne, Bellatrix Lestrange, Barty Crouch Jr., or Sirius Black? You've got 3 seconds, 2, 1, get your answers in, and that is the end of the last question. And the correct answer is Barty Crouch Jr. Obviously the first person we hear about at the time was thought to be the first person to escape was Sirius, but we find out in the Goblet of Fire that Barty Crouch actually escaped before Sirius did, and as far as we know, he was the first person to ever escape from the prison. Okay guys, that was the first ever Ultimate Potter quiz. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below what your score was. I will be posting quizzes like this every single week, so make sure to like and subscribe, and turn that little bell notification on as well so you don't miss the next one. I make a bunch of other Harry Potter content here on YouTube as well, so make sure to check out the rest of the channel. Check me out in these places across the internet for other Harry Potter content, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.